Hello and welcome to Mike's Garage. If you've already subscribed to our channel, thank you very much. If you haven't, please do. And when you do, be sure you tap on the little notification, the little button for the notification bell, so you'll be notified every time we put up a new video. We're outside this evening, and we're really making use of the last of the sunlight, and we're kind of having fun. Dog across the street was barking. My dog just decided she'd answer, so if we get a little barking in there, understand it's just some playful fun stuff. Anyway, you know, we've already done three videos on this new Mikuni HSR 42 millimeter carburetor on my Shovelhead. And I've gotten so much interest and so many questions and so many things that it makes me want to do another video, because I don't mean to shortchange anybody, and I'd like to really answer all the questions. So I went over the instructions a bunch more, and to be quite honest with you, I've never ever seen any kind of carburetor in my life on anything, car, motorcycle, truck, or anything, that you took out of a box and it was ready to go like this thing. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, sure, it's adjustable about 40 ways, but it's ready to go as it is. And it runs so well. I was in love with my SU carburetors. I've run SUs, S&Ss, Kians, every kind of carburetor you can imagine on an old bike. This is the best ever. I was never going to say that because I've always been so in love with SUs. And I will still continue to love SUs and run them, but you know, this here 42 millimeter Mikuni made this thing come out of the hole like it was shot out of a cannon.
Yes, sir.
And I do love it. Anyway, so what I wanted to do is just show the basics. You know, anytime you put a carburetor on, I don't care what it is or what it's on, you put it on, and you want to set the idle speed a little, and then you set the idle mixture, you get it as smooth as you can, and that's what we're going to do. You know, one of the things is we have an idle mixture screw, but there's also an idle jet and an air bleed, and there are so many ways to tune this thing, it's unbelievable. And as far as the idle speed is concerned, it's right here where you reach down and grab it and do whatever you want with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this thing up. It's going to be a little difficult for me to communicate with you. I'm going to do the best I can. And I'm going to start with the idle mixture screw. Now understand, I just started this up a few minutes ago. It's a little bit warm, not a lot. So we may not be that close. And if we turn that idle screw in, we're leaning it. If we turn it out, we're richening it. So let me get into my special compartment and get a screwdriver. There we go. And do you want to come over and show that idle mixture screw, Mike? It's right there. Okay? You can see the end of my screwdriver going into that brass screw there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it on now, and then we'll try to see what we can do. That was weird. Now we can lean it out by going in a little bit, or we can richen it up by going out a little bit. There we go, right about there. Now we can actually watch the tack move. Now that is a bit of a nasty, raspy cam in there, so it's a pretty nice idle. Now the next thing is, in taking it out and running it up and down the mountain, I found that when I got on it hard, there is a little bitty waste of time in there. And this is normal because what happens when you open a throttle, all of a sudden, the vacuum drops because all of a sudden you've got a big hole there where there was a little one, and all of a sudden it's open and it's sucking for fuel that it just isn't there yet. So what you do is we can adjust this accelerator pump right here. Now, I'm not really going to hit this throttle hard because I can't do that off idle here with no load on this motor. But that's what we're going to do. Let's see it go here. Now, I don't know if you could actually hear that, but by just moving that screw just a little bit, what it did is it brings in the accelerator pump just a little bit earlier. By bringing it in a little bit earlier, as soon as that vacuum drops when you hit the throttle, all of a sudden that thing comes on just a little bit stronger, and you've got it. And that's really it. You know, you can keep adjusting it from there. But the only other thing you've got is with that accelerator pump, you take the air cleaner off, you can see there's a little nozzle in the throat of that carburetor. And that little nozzle is where that accelerator pump is giving that shot of gas when that throttle opens up. So we can adjust that a little bit more, but it is so fine the way it is. I'm just chasing my tail. But for those who can't help but tinker, because we are those people. This is addressed to you.
No names now, no names.
No, but this is addressed to everyone like us because we do that and it's fun and you get more and more power. When do you get enough power? I don't know. I've never been there. That's really not true. This thing makes enough power for me now. It makes me pretty happy. Yeah. And Mike's been next to me when that front wheel came off the ground and I didn't know where to set it down. So, okay, enough's enough. Anyway, that's it. So that's basically what I wanted to say. A couple other things I want to mention is the Hippie Killer Hoedown. The Hippie Killer Hoedown.
Yay.
Great show. That is in Winchester, California on October 26th, which is a Saturday. October 26th, Saturday, October 26th. In Winchester, California. And, you know, we covered it last year. And we even interviewed Cuddy. Maybe we'll interview him again because he's the one who puts this show on. And there's a lot of stuff there, a lot of fun stuff, a lot of bikes, a lot of cars. There's lowriders and hot rods and
skateboards.
Oh, and live bands and everything Cuddy is interested in. He brings out his whole crowd of everything for this show. And it's really, really fun. And other than that, of course, Long Beach is the next day, the Long Beach Swap Meet in Long Beach. So there's that too, which is the 27th. So other than that, all I really want to say is, I hope you've enjoyed the coverage on this carburetor. I hope I've shown enough now that everybody knows what's there. Believe me, there's way more to it. And it's all in the destructions, which are right here. But I had that much of it memorized. So there's plenty more in there. And you can get so much power out of these things, it's ridiculous. But I do love the way it runs. Other than that, we do have our shirts. All you need to do is go to the Pacific Mike website, which is our own website, pacificmike.com. And in the upper right corner, it says T-shirt store. Click on that, and you can order a T-shirt or a baseball cap. And we really think you should have one.
Yep.
Everybody should have one.
Everybody.
Anyway, or more than one. That's it. Anyway, so hopefully we'll see you at the Hippie Killer or at Long Beach or both. And until then, I'll see you out on the road.